Central.
An output device is any piece of computer hardware equipment which converts information into human perceptible form or historically into a physical machine readable form for use with other than non-computerized equipment. It can be text, graphics, tactile, audio, or video.
Printer. The function of a printer is to turn digital to a printed media. It could be text or it could be graphic output.
Monitor. A computer monitor is an output device that displays information in pictorial or text form. A monitor usually comprises a visual display, some circuitry, a casing, and a power supply.
The purpose of a speakers is to produce audio output that can be heard by a listener.
Speakers are one of the most common output devices used with computer systems. Some speakers are designed to work specifically with computers, while others can be hooked up to any type of sound system. Regardless of their design, the purpose of speakers is to produce audio output that can be heard by the listeners. Speakers are transducers that convert electromagnetic waves into sound waves. The speaker receives audio input from devices such as a computer on an audio receiver. This input may be either in analog or digital form. Analog speakers simply amplify the analog electromagnetic waves into sound waves. Since sound waves are produced in analog form, digital speakers must first convert the digital input to an analog signal, then generate the sound waves.
Projector. A projector, image projector, is an optical device that projects an image onto a surface. Commonly, a projection screen. A projector is an output device that takes images generated by a computer or Blu-ray player and produces them by projection onto a screen, wall, or another surface. In most cases, the surface projected onto a large, flat, and lightly colored wall.
What is an input device? Well, in computing, an input device is a piece of equipment used to provide data and control signals to an information processing system, such as a computer or information appliance. Examples of input device includes keyboards, mouse, scanners, cameras, joystick, and microphones.
Mouse. A computer mouse is a handheld hardware input device that controls the sensor of GUI and can move and select a text, icon, files, and folders.
Keyboard is a primary function is to act as an input device. Using a keyboard, a person can type a document, use key shortcuts, access menus, play games, and perform other tasks. A keyboard device used to enter characters and function into a computer system by pressing buttons or keys. Explore the description, parts, layout, and function of the computer keyboards, and discover how they work with different languages as a virtual keyboards. Most keyboards have a very similar layout. The individual keys for letters, numbers, and special characters are collectively called the character keys. The layout of these keys is derived from the original layout of keys on a typewriter, the most widely used layout in English.
A microphone is a device that translates sound vibration in the air into electronic signals or ascribes them to other recording medium.
A microphone is an input device that was developed by Emily Berliner in 1877. It is used to convert sound waves into electric waves to input the audio into computers. It captures audio by converting sound waves into an electrical signal, which may be digital or analog signal. This process can be implemented by a computer or other digital audio device. The first electronic microphone was based on a liquid mechanism which used a diaphragm that was connected to a current charged needle in a diluted sulfuric acid solution. It was not able to reproduce the intelligible speech. Regularly, microphones are designed on the basis of directionality besides the type of device, such as omnidirectional microphones are capable of picking up all sounds in the area, but it is unable to focus on a particular subject with background noise. Bidirectional, directional, and shotgun microphones are beneficial for an interview. However, two unidirectional devices can provide the same effect like Android microphones.
Webcam. A webcam is a digital video device commonly built into a computer. Its main function is to transmit pictures over the internet.
A webcam is an input device that captures visual data and sends it into your computer. It uses an image sensor chip or video camera to capture moving images, then converts them to a format your computer processor understands. Webcams have become incredibly important into our day-to-day lives, with more than 86% of companies now conducting virtual interviews. High-quality webcams have become more important now than ever, especially today that we are experiencing the pandemic. We are holding our meetings into a virtual interviews or virtual meetings.
The role of the fan is to pull cooler air into the computer to cool the heart circuit, particularly the CPU. In a desktop, the fan is typically part of the power supply and draw air through it, helping to keep the part of the computer cool.
Fans are the workforces of the ventilation system. In order to have an effective ventilation system, fan must be the appropriate size and type. They must provide enough speed air or air movement to capture contaminants at the source, draw them through the hood, and carry them through the duct system, through the air cleaning device, and exhaust them to the outdoors. We have four different kinds of system fans. First is the case fan, which a fan of the inside of side of the computer case inside the case. It helps circulate air in the computer case and blow hotter air out of the case. And there is the CPU fan, the power supply fan, and the video card fan.
HDD or hard drive disk. A computer hard drive is one kind of technology that stores the operating system, applications, and data files such as a document, picture, and music that computer uses. The rest of the components in your computer work together to show you the applications and files stored on your hard drive. SSD or solid state drives. A solid state drive is a solid state storage device that uses integrated circuit assemblies to store data persistently, typically using flash memory and functioning as secondary storage in the hierarchy of computer storage.
Optical disk drive. In a computing, an optical disk drive is a disk drive that uses laser light or electromagnetic waves within or near the visible light spectrum as a part of a process, reading or writing data from optical disks. Some drives can only read from certain disks, but certain disks can both read and record, also called burners or writers. Compact discs and DVD and Blu-ray discs are common types of typical media which can be read or recorded by such a drive. What does an optical disk drive do? An optical disk drive in a computer system allows you to use CD, DVD, and Blu-ray discs to listen to music or watch a movie. Most drives allows you to write a data to a disk. You can create your own music CD, video, DVD, or even create or backup copy of important data files.
A motherboard is the main printed circuit board on general-purpose computer and other expandable systems. It holds and allows communication between many of the crucial electronic components of the system, such as a central processing unit, memory, and provide connectors for other peripherals. The motherboard is the backbone that ties the computer components together at the one spot and allows them to talk to each other. Without it, none of the computer pieces, such as a CPU, GPU, or hard drive, could interact. Total motherboard functional is necessary for a computer to work well. The motherboard serves as a single platform to connect all of the parts of the computer together. It connects the CPU, memory, hard drives, optical drives, video card, sound card, and other ports and expansions card directly via cables.
The function of power unit is to convert the electrical power comes from a wall socket to a suitable type and voltage so that each component of a computer works properly. Lack of proper supply and power will damage a computer system. The power supply receives 120 or 230 voltage and converts into 3.3 voltage, 5.5 voltage, and 12 voltage. Why different converted power? That is because all components of a computer system don't need the same power. For example, motherboard and cards use 3.3 voltage, and the most power demand parts such as fan and drives need 12 voltage to operate.
A connector is the unique end of a plug, jack, or the edge of a card that connects to a port. For example, all desktop computers' expansion cards have a connector that allows them to connect in a slot on the motherboard. When referring to cables, the connector is the end of the cable that connects into a port. We have different kinds of connectors. There is the USB Type A, the modem Ethernet, the USB Micro B, the charging port, the DCIN, the Thunderbolt, USB Type C, audio or microphone, USB Mini B, SDN for the HDMI. We also have the ports of the connectors such as VGI, VGA, and the SATA.
An expansion slot is a socket on the motherboard that is used to insert an expansion card, which provides additional features to computers such as video, sound, advanced graphics, Ethernet, or memory.
The expansion card is plugged directly into the expansion port so that the motherboard has direct access to the hardware. However, since all the computers have a limited number of expansion slots, it's important to open your computer and check what's available before you buy one. Some older system requires the use of a riser board to add additional expansion cards. However, modern computers not only usually have enough expansion slots options, but they also have features integrated directly into the motherboard, eliminating the need for so many expansion cards. There have been several types of expansion slots over the years, including PCI, AGP, AMR, CNR, ISA, EISA, and VESA, but the most popular one used today is PCIe. While some newer computers still have PCI and AGP slots, PCIe has basically replaced all of the older technologies. EPCIe or external PCI Express is another kind of expansion method, but it's an external version of PCIe that is required a specific kind of cable that extends from the motherboard out the back of the computer where it connects with the EPCIe device.